Hello there, everybody. Chief Editing Officer Gabby here. Just a quick FYI. The sound on this particular podcast it's weird. It's just kind of weird, kind of a little bit of crackle. I bought some new equipment that was supposed to improve the sound. It did not. We had issues. Then we thought we fixed it. It sounded better in our earphones, but listening to it back and editing, it was indeed not fixed. It's nothing horrendous, but again, duly noted, and it may be this way for the next, we recorded 3, so I don't know. I'll have to listen to those as I edit them. But I have, you know what? I've reverted back to the old trusty mics, and I'm forgetting all this new stuff, sending it back, going back to the old stuff. So that's all. Thanks for bearing with us, and enjoy the show.
You're listening to the Board Game Snobs podcast, a ridiculous podcast with ridiculous hosts that discuss ridiculous things. And any mention of board games is purely coincidental. And so, without further ado, and with a heavy dollop of shame and embarrassment on my part, I give you the Board Game Snobs.
And go.
Yes, welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is Jerry.
This is Gabby.
Doing the intro again.
This is Enrique.
More of my headphones are sounding weird again. What is with this? Is there something wrong with my microphone?
No, it's not the microphone. I think it's the setup.
This setup is odd. This is Jerry.
I said this is Gabby earlier.
Enrique.
Yeah,
sorry, everybody's introduced.
Yeah, it's just
Good for you.
What?
Yes, how about that? So this is the intro. Thank God we've shot this like 8 times so that we could get the intro with what Gabby describes as quote-unquote more energy.
Why are you always so condescending?
Because I look down.
You look down upon me, as always.
I condescend to you.
Why?
Let's just do like the radio show hosts do and just do that fake voice the entire episode.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes.
No.
Do you have a radio voice?
I don't have no...
Welcome, everybody, to the...
Yeah. I don't like that these earphones are bad. Like, it's distracting me.
All these earphones are bad.
Okay, pause.
No, wait, no.
No.
Okay, pause.
And go.
What?
Again.
Yeah,
we
bad.
have fixed the
Sorry.
headphones.
Sorry, I sound so much better.
This
Yeah,
feels
we
so much
fixed
better.
our technical
right.
issue.
I
on
can't
our
hardly hear
side.
myself. Can you adjust? I need to hear myself. I need to hear my voice mainly and only.
You
Keep it up a little bit
egotistical-
more. That's better. Yes.
I can't hardly hear Enrique, but that's his microphone. So.
Yeah, I think I'm not close enough.
That's
There we go.
okay.
There
Why
we
be
go.
so meta? Why be so meta
Well,
about
you
this?
know,
Why?
We should have this stuff fixed on the fly instead of doing it. It's called practice, but you know.
I know. As soon as you took over the sound again, it all went downhill. Notice the last several episodes have been flawless. Flawless. That's okay. That's okay. Either way, it's good to be back. I appreciate everybody who's a Patreon member. Those of you who are not Patreon members, that's just fine. Do your thing. Keep your money. Keep your secrets.
But we would really appreciate it if you could subscribe so we can take your money and get better equipment.
Or we're going to be releasing a Patreon. Well, it's only be temporarily Patreon only. Enrique and I are going on a trip tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to Monster Jam. And I have this idea that we're on our long drive down.
What about Monster Jelly?
Look, that's the one thing I'm not going to miss.
Call back.
It's your dumb jokes about juices and jellies.
Jellies and jams. That's my jam.
On our way, we're going to record in the car.
Be sure and preserve that podcast.
We will. And I'm going to try to hijack the monster truck.
Honey, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, precisely. That's why we're going to test and see if I'll succeed. I probably won't. I'll probably get tackled down, beat up, and then just thrown out of the stadium.
Marmalade me some good sandwiches the other day.
No, stop it.
Sorry.
So we're going on a trip down to the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, in Arlington, to be more exact, and watch
That seems like something that should take place in like Cricket Stadium for some reason.
Monster Jam.
Yeah. Just talking about the lower tier class of people that attend Monster Jam.
Oh, my Lord.
I mean, Enrique's shirts will fit in perfectly
Have
there.
you ever been to Monster Jam?
Once, many, many years ago.
Uncultured
You
swine.
are uncultured.
Undiscerning swine.
Number one, my child, Jack,
Oh, that's right.
loves it. And he loves going, so that's why I have to take him. And all the other
Well, Jack's a child. That makes sense. He likes big trucks.
It's cool, and he cannot lie.
It's a phenomenal experience.
It is. Ricky's been before.
Like, it was my first time going over at Oklahoma City.
Yes.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So you have large trucks that hit jumps and crush cars.
Well, it's not just that. It's also, these trucks are really loud. So, like, you just feel them just moving. You'll be like
The bass.
like just a couple or a few feet away, and you feel the vibration
You feel it in
that
your body.
stadium.
And I'm shocked that as a ex-truck driver yourself, that you're ragging on these vehicles.
I'm not a car guy. Like big engines, monster trucks, even the fancy 18-wheelers. They don't impress me. They don't impress me much.
This Wayfarers, which is again a continuation of the various other titles made by Mr. Phillips, such as, what's the ones that you enjoyed?
The ones I enjoyed were Raiders of the North Sea and then Raiders of Scythia. And presently,
Viscounts.
none of the above.
You don't like any of them?
I've played North Sea and Scythia kind of to death. They're not, they're not a whole lot of variety to them. I enjoyed them the first 10 plays. Viscounts, we played one time, didn't care for. I say I'm going to play it again because I still have it. Architects we didn't like. Let's see. What others?
I said that Architects, I think, was his best in terms of innovation.
Well, it had that multiplier effect whenever you put the workers out there.
Now, with Wayfarers of the
I don't know if that was innovative.
Of the South Tigris, this is one where, very similar to like most of his games, where you're buying cards that are people that help you give special powers, kind of like in Raiders, where each individual crew member helps you, gives you another special power. You kind of have your little convoy, and so you're exploring the land and building out different cards, like some depict like you're going rafting down the Tigris, and the other ones that you're on land, and you're building them out to the left or right of your little personal board, using dice to select your actions and moving up on tracks. To me, and I rambled several times during the game about how I did not like the iconology of the game.
Ography.
Whatever.
It's different meanings.
What are the meanings? Oh, no, without your phone, please.
Oh, yeah, because you don't look up definitions all the time.
I don't.
Well, that's why you get things wrong all the time.
No, but at least they're my opinions.
Iconology is the study of visual imagery and its symbolism and interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
Iconography, the visual images and symbols used in work of art or the study or interpretation of these. It's the same thing. Well, Ryan Maxwell, who claims to be a big wordsmith, is the one that gets so upset every time you say iconology.
Why are you hating on Ryan?
His calves. I'm envious.
Yeah.
Those glorious calves.
You didn't even see them.
I did not. But you've described them in great detail as if I was there.
Yes.
Then you made a 3D graphic of them on the computer. And you're like, here it is.
Like Michelangelo's David.
You were just drawing away.
These are the calves of a Greek warrior.
An Adonis. Okay, so this is our first episode. This is the rusty one. Just saying.
Why are you saying? Why are you getting so meaty?
It's very rusty.
Why are you being
Did you say meaty?
Yeah. Why are you getting so meaty?
Why you get so meaty, meaty?
Why you always? It's not rusty.
I just can tell. I can tell we're having a hard time jiving. I feel it.
It's the first
I feel it.
podcast.
I know.
We are always rusty.
No.
You feel it though, right? You feel it.
I jive. You jive, sucker. I'm over here. I'm all jiving.
That's because in your head you're always great.
I can't help it.
It can be useful sometimes.
I mean, it is fantastic for self-confidence.
Yeah, I don't
Something I don't have.
I don't understand why y'all don't have. Well, I do understand why you don't have any self-confidence.
See?
I mean, like, why
I wonder why we don't.
Why don't you develop some?
How do I do that?
Like you do your calves. You just stretch and you focus on it. And before you know it, you just tell yourself, I'm good enough and I'm smart enough and doggone it, Ryan Maxwell likes me. That's what I do.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to Google.
How to build self-confidence?
How to build. I don't need you. I've just got Google. Build self-confidence.
So, for instance, I've been building up Enrique's self-confidence here lately.
Building.
Hey, do you mind I'm talking here for a second?
Yeah.
Enrique, listen. You can look up your stuff. Just do it in quiet.
So rude.
I'm not.
You're so rude.
You're right. Maybe we're not jiving.
All you do. Oh my God. I think the last 3 or 4 podcasts, literally your main line is, you're interrupting me. You're interrupting. That's all you say.
But that's like his catchphrase. It's hysterical.
Maybe you should stop interrupting me. I'm holding Enrique's hand. You know why? Because I've been building his self-confidence.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I don't need your permission. Thank you.
Go.
God, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. It's because Enrique looks, we've discovered that Enrique looks a lot like Pedro Pascal in a weird way. In a very equate brand Pedro Pascal way. And it's disturbing. Why'd you turn my headphones off? I can't hear what I'm saying because I need to hear my.
Tell me when you're good.
That's very nice. Very nice. So that helps Enrique out because Enrique here, you've gone dancing.
I have done dancing a little bit, yeah.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, okay. So
What do you mean, yeah, okay?
You went dancing.
What was that dance you were doing? No, it's the Spanish turbo hustle, basically.
I'm not gonna lie.
The Spanish
I don't even
turbo
know most
hustle.
of the songs there. I just
It's like lots of kicking and
That's
It's a song for it.
Remember when they make shows? Remember when they make shows and they do them in different countries and they just do the same storyline but with a different name and different actors? Spanish Turbo Hustle sounds like Fast and Furious stuff. It's like the Spanish Turbo Hustle. Oh,
so
Lord.
building Enrique's esteem. Chief Editing Officer Gabi here. The song I was thinking of is called El Sonadito. Just in case you want to reference it. That's what I was thinking of. It's very fast. And now back to the show.
Oh yeah, I was just dancing, just mainly.
Yeah, you were dancing a lot. You were doing good.
It was a couple of songs,
and thus his confidence has improved. And why did your self-confidence improve? Because you were with me, and I encouraged you to do things that you didn't normally do. That's why I'm a great friend. Tell the listeners. Tell the listeners.
All right. He's okay.
Okay.
He's okay.
Gabi, have you Googled yet how to build your confidence up?
Oh, I did actually. So here's
Well, you
here's
got
what it
one
says.
thing right at least. Go ahead.
You're hurting his confidence. You can't be doing that.
I'm building it up through resistance.
Make 2 lists. One of your strengths, one of your achievements.
Okay, let's do that right now. Give me a pen.
Try to get a supportive friend or relative to help you with these lists, as people with low mood are not usually the most objective frame of mind. Keep the list in a safe place. So one of my strengths and one of my achievements.
Okay, what are your strengths? I'll write them down.
So this is what's going to make me even more depressed.
No. We got this. We're trying to build your confidence up. What is your strengths?
You tell me.
I should tell you?
Yes, because I don't know.
No, that's not true.
I don't. What are my strengths?
No, you have to look inward. What are your strengths? I'm going to type this out. Gabi's strengths. What are the things that you like about yourself?
Nothing. Thus the low self-confidence.
No, that's
There's
not
nothing,
true.
No, I don't believe that. You're just saying that because you're just telling yourself.
I'm not trying to be falsely modest.
You're being
I don't
emotional.
like myself. I've said that. I hate myself.
That can't be true.
It is. I don't like myself.
What are your strengths? I got number 1.
I can chat up I can, when necessary.
Chatting.
I can This is a sad list.
No, it's not. This is number one. You're good at chatting.
I'm the best truck driver and driver I know.
Gabi, you know that's not what we meant.
I am the best driver. It's a strength.
That is
Write
true.
it down.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true. I'm trying to think of somebody else who I would think in terms of driving. Yeah.
See,
okay,
you're
driving.
trying to think of ways to take me down a
No, I
notch.
was thinking. No, I was seeing this.
You can strive to be better.
We're thinking of my strengths and achievements,
Yeah, so-
not ways to improve at the
Well,
moment.
if you
Enrique,
if you compare
God.
your strength,
Jeez.
if you compare your
My
strength
worst enemy
with
over there
with someone
at 3 o'clock.
greater, you could try to strive to be as
That's
strong.
not
as
what we're doing right now. My strengths and achievements.
So far we have chatting and driving. Okay. So what else? What else?
See? This is
You're
why
friendly.
You are friendly. Putting that down.
gregarious.
I wouldn't say gregarious.
You have said gregarious.
I know, but I lie a lot.
What does it even mean?
Gregarious, it means like you're just with people. You enjoy being around people.
Ooh, no, I don't
But
like that.
friendly.
Oh,
I'm gregarious when I need to be.
he brings a good mood to the table whenever he's around people. As long as he's not,
Dare you?
as long as
As
he
long
doesn't.
as Jerry's not there beating me down, yeah, I'm in a good mood.
No. When he does it, you're even better at it.
That's
But-
true.
there you go.
That's true. No, don't. Now you're building up Jerry.
I bring out the best in you.
No.
Jerry brings out the best.
My strength is my achievement, Jerry.
Jerry. Okay, so chatting, driving, and friendly. That's all we got so far.
I like. What does that involve? Like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Achievements is
You
what's
got
an
married.
achievement? That's not an achievement.
What is? What'd you say?
I got married.
That is an achievement.
Now, who I married, that's an achievement.
Okay, so you're
Gina's-
married.
You got
But
married?
that's not really a
Gina's
strength.
It's strengths and achievements.
Okay, achievement. I'll put that under a subheading. Achievements. Go ahead. Achievements.
Marriage, but see, to me, that's not an achievement.
How is it not an
Married
achievement?
above.
I guess I'm married above my pay grade.
I was going to say, like, I swear,
Oh, what? Are you going to talk about my wife? How dare you?
I'm just saying, it's like, how can you not say marriage is an achievement? You married someone that you deeply love.
Some people get married that should not get married, and then they produce children that should not be produced,
Well,
and then
because
they're
they're
just a
dumb.
burden on society from there on out.
Good Lord, Gabby.
I'm not going to lie, I really thought we were just
Have you
going
seen
to say that
Idiocracy?
first part.
Man,
But
it's going hard.
Okay, so yeah, there we go.
So you.
We haven't even got to number 2.
No, it did chatting, driving, friendly, achievement. Does it? So what else?
I have a game room. Does that count?
I don't know. Or that's not necessarily achievement.
That's more
So
like a
you-
personal achievement.
I can
Noah.
edit.
You're a good editor.
I'm a good
It's
editor.
an achievement.
Put a-
Edit.
I can put in some real zingers every now and then.
Tour. That's the best. Okay, so that's all you think
That's
of.
all I'm going to do for now. Think positively about yourself. Remind yourself that despite your problems, you are a unique, special, and a valuable person, that you deserve to feel good about yourself. You are, after all, a miracle of consciousness. The consciousness of the universe. Oh, my God.
A miracle of consciousness.
A miracle of consciousness. What does that even mean?
Don't think you're that conscious.
This is from Psychology Today.
Oh, God.
Number 3, pay special attention to your personal hygiene. I do that. I take a shower every day.
Yeah.
You smell. I'm writing this down. You smell good. You use cologne, and you often smell very good. I don't know what cologne do you use. The listeners would want to know.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Yeah. It's Yves. It's
Okay.
like a French thing.
Yves Saint
Or
Laurent.
Ives Saint Laurent.
Yves Saint Laurent.
It's Yves or Ives. I don't know.
Okay.
Number 3. So, yeah, take a shower, brush your hair, trim your nails, and so on.
Okay.
I have no hair to brush. My nails are trimmed. And I take showers. So, there we go. I do always feel better after I take a shower. Do you?
Yeah.
Like
Because
what-
it's just
I
refreshing.
do cold showers, so
refreshing.
it dumps dopamine onto my body.
Here's my thing with cold showers. I would do a cold bath because that's more constant. But when you have like your body's constant, like you can't get adjusted to it in a shower.
Right,
You're like,
you want
Yeah.
you want the uncomfortable. That's the whole.
but all the things I see on YouTube, they're jumping into baths and pools and
Well,
lakes.
no. Like, that's
And also, I heard somebody had a heart attack the other day when they tried that. I think that's going to happen to me.
Just got to do it
You
gradually.
got to be in good shape.
Night. All right.
Wear clean clothes that make you feel good about yourself.
Okay.
Eat good food as part of a healthy balance. Okay, now I'm not doing that.
There you go.
Exercise regularly? Not doing that. Ensure you're getting enough sleep? Not doing that.
Well,
Reduce your stress levels. I've tried to do that in my life.
like you could exercise. That reduces it.
Enrique, you're missing the point here.
I'm just
you're going
saying.
through all these things of things I could do. I could exercise. You're right. And I'm planning on, it's all fat people are, planning on doing it start Monday. I'm going to eat right and exercise.
If you can get into it,
That's when you start your new job.
That's when I start my new job.
New you.
I'm sure that won't be stressing.
It's not stressing. You're just answering the phone. How hard could it be?
Make your living space clean, comfortable, and attractive. My wife takes care of that for me in a very fine way. I took care. Actually, I washed the dishes today before y'all got here. I swept the floor, take out the trash. I like a clean home.
yeah.
I'm
a good housekeeper.
I wouldn't say you're good, but
I'm a sufficient housekeeper.
you are sufficient.
Do more of the things that you enjoy. I think
You're doing them now.
I'm about to say, I think I indulge in that enough.
I think, yeah, there you go.
Get artistic. Here we go.
Now stop right there because
Okay.
I have comments about this. I have told you numerous times because you don't remember anything I say that you are a creative person in certain regards and that you should engage in creative and artistic activities more often.
Such as
Anything that has to do with not just the editing, but often even before when we were talking about like jobs in connection with like social media stuff, anything like that, like content creations, you're very good at writing and coming up with stuff. You're very good at like being able to look and determine all this. You might not come up with something particularly original on your own, but you're good at looking at something and going, "Oh, this should be this. It
That's
should be
true.
like this." Like you can pick something apart.
That's true.
Very easily and go, "This is what it should be." And so that.
Whenever my wife is fixing to send like a text, she has me look it over. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you need to reword this right here.
Right.
I'm very conscious of wording. Not on this podcast,
No.
but when it needs to be done.
You'd think your vocabulary would be better.
Now my vocabulary is not. I've been working on it, but I forget. I have that app that like gives you a word a day. I forget them all.
It's hard to remember to upsquatulate.
How dare you use that knowledge?
I just made that up.
I don't know what a Sasquatch has to do with anything.
No, that's...
Set yourself a challenge that you can realistically complete.
Do you have any challenges?
I'm losing weight.
But realistically.
Come on,
No, I
man.
mean, when losing weight is vague.
For example, take up yoga, learn to sing, or throw a dinner party for some friends. Just go for
You
it.
can sing. I'm putting that down.
I like to sing. I don't know that I can
think you
sing.
can sing. You need to sing for the...
Look.
Yeah, I think we had somebody send in an email where they sang.
We did, and it was entitled "The Singing Snobbadillo." I have no idea who it was. I meant to play that, but I don't have it ready.
Well, here's what you do. End this podcast with them singing.
Okay, insert here. Oh, end it with them singing.
Yeah,
okay,
don't
I got
insert
you.
it here.
That'd be
weird.
Okay, here we go. We only got 5 more left. Do some of the things that you've been putting off, such as filing the paperwork, repainting the kitchen, or clearing out the garden.
You don't put off anything.
I'm not putting out.
And there's not really a
Your
party
life is
except for
very
one.
simple.
I try to keep it simple, yes. Be nice to people, do nice things for them.
Now, you're nice to people. I don't think if you do nice things for people, though, there's difference.
It's more like the indulgence of doing nice things for people.
Yeah, being nice to somebody is just interacting with them, but being nice and like being thoughtful about it, that's like actually going out of your way for somebody.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Like, it'll feel good at a point, but if you keep indulging into it, then you just kind of forget about it.
Strike up a conversation with a postman or shopkeeper. Invite a neighbor around for tea. I'm not going to engage these strangers in this way. No.
You should, though.
Visit a friend who is sick. I do that. Get involved with a local charity. Put a smile on someone's face is bound to put one on yours.
There you go. That's you.
Okay.
Getting others on board. What does that even mean?
That just means you get other people involved.
Tell your friends and relatives what you're going through and ask for their advice. Oh, that's what I'm doing right now. Done. Check.
Well, no, you're not listening to my advice. Yeah,
2 more. Spend more time with those you hold near and dear.
check.
You're with them every day.
I do that all
That's
the time.
us.
Last one. Avoid people and places that treat you badly and make you feel bad about yourself.
Well,
Look at you, Jerry.
How do I make you feel bad about yourself?
and
You
he,
do.
How do
Constantly.
I make you feel bad about yourself?
Just rewind this podcast.
What did I say? I think that you just project.
No. See, now you're putting it off on me.
No, I'm just saying you project all your negative emotions inward and just try to make me.
he's
the
kind of like a
bad
mixture
guy.
of both. And you,
I try to encourage you to be the best you ever. Have I not motivated you? Have I
yelled
not
at-
brought up? Have I not been at the forefront of change
you yelled at him a lot too.
all the
Thank you.
time? Yes.
Thank you, yeah.
Does yelling make you feel bad?
No, yes.
Well, good, because it strengthens you, builds you up, fortifies you for what needs to
So
be
there
done.
you go. There's your ways to increase your
So we've got
self-confidence.
chatting, driving, friendly. You married well. You're a good editor. You smell good, and you can sing.
See,
So see, that's
Yeah.
that's a solid
what?
list.
I am a great guy.
Enrique, what are good things about you?
we're not going to discuss that right now.
You're a good video gamer.
Yeah, what about you? You kind of look like Pedro.
Kind of.
Kind of like.
I think they're like
it's-
long lost twins.
It's scary.
I guess like if I'm really wanting to do something, I'll be obsessed about it and actually try to.
Okay, so
like
you
what?
So no
what have you been obsessed
self-control.
about?
Go
What,
ahead.
bowling?
Yeah, bowling.
He's a decent bowler.
Have you've gotten obsessed about it?
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
If
good.
if I could stay in a bowling alley for like a day,
Live
I
in
would.
it?
You know you can. You're not married. And you could do that if you only would get your driver's
Marriage
license.
I
is
know,
not one
I
of
know.
your unlocked achievements.
Yeah, that is still like a couple
Partner
years
found.
away.
Let's
So
see.
bowling.
Bowling, no self-control.
No self control. If I'm actually just obsessed
You
with
eat
it.
very little.
Yeah, I do eat very little. I'm actually good at saving money.
You are good at
true.
saving money.
That's true.
Good at saving money.
How much money do you have saved currently?
although
I'm not
you're
saying that.
you're prone to being scammed.
Yeah,
How many princes in Nigeria have you supported?
none.
Okay, that's
I don't
good.
even look at my emails.
Do you have an email?
Yeah, I have like a couple. Yeah,
What do you have all these murder emails for? What do you got? A couple emails? What are you doing?
I just have them just kind of stored away for just things.
You got to have an email for PlayStation, don't you?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and PlayStation. That's a good one. You're not one of those Xbox junkies. PlayStation. Put that down.
let's see.
Let's see.
If we're talking about strengths,
Is strength one of your strengths? Are you strong?
Enrique is strangely stout. I don't want to say strong.
yeah, I'm not
But
strong.
many
I can take a hit pretty good.
Yes,
Let me try that out.
I have seen him. Seen
Like a punch to the
stuff-
face?
No, I've seen stuff like strike him by accident. Like things fall on him and literally think he's dead, and then he just gets
It's
up.
like what?
Like
like,
he just
I'm
like
fine.
like Johnny Knoxville.
I'm durable. Let's say that.
Durable,
Durable.
durability.
All right. Well, I think that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get to mine, but everybody knows my strengths. So, Wayfarers of the South Tigris.
Wayfarers of the South Tigris.
It's okay. I didn't like.
Tell them about the other game that's better, that's the same thing, but more streamlined, that we liked from BGG Con 20, whatever.
Okay, so it wasn't from BGG Con. It was a game that I purchased called Santa Maria.
Oh,
And-
I was thinking of the other one where we go across that track and you had to choose the forks in the road.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was
Mankind?
That was it was by actually, was it Stronghold? It might not have been Stronghold. I have to look it up. But the mechanic in this game with Wayfarers is this rolling the dice, then using these dice to activate the various powers on this little grid. And so what was interesting about that is that it does allow you to sort of kind of modify this grid so that now you've got multiple actions to choose with this dice. It was interesting enough. But one thing that I didn't like about it was that sometimes
Pizza.
you were really restricted by exactly what was your Dawn of Mankind 2019 game is what you were thinking of. Dawn of Mankind. It was a TMG RIP game that was it's put out. It was a very light game that we actually really enjoyed, and it's very similar to this Wayfarers where you're just going along this track. selecting kind of the go left or right type thing, moving your person down the journaling is what they call it in Wayfarers, but in Dawn of Mankind, it's actually the history of your people. And it was actually just, I don't know.
And to Wayfarers, it's like you're journaling, and to progress down the road, you have to meet criteria. And that is gather a certain amount of cards, certain amount of upgrade tiles, money, whatever.
Right.
And so you're just going down the road trying to get to the end.
And it just, I don't know, Wayfarers just kind of fell flat for me. I'll go on about the iconography or icoraphany or whatever you call it. I did not like it, which is always a big issue for me. The artwork, again, with all of Shem Phillips' stuff is always amazing. They always do an excellent job. The game is very functional. If you're a fan of any of his other previous works, you're going to be a fan of this. You're going to love it. So if you like anything else that Shem Phillips and Garfield Games has done, to me, and I will give this game a compliment. Out of all the other Garfield games that I've played, not Sarcadian's First Light. That's my favorite by far.
McDonald.
That's McDonald's, but same company. Out of all the other kind of games of that line, I think Wayfarers is my favorite out of his.
Really?
I do. I think it is my favorite. Even though there's a lot that I did not like about it, I still think it was my favorite. So I certainly did enjoy it. That dice placement grid thing reminded me of Santa Maria. Mm-hmm. The game that was very popular there for a while about colonization, and it was way too bright and colorful that it's surely out of print. But the game that's much lighter than this in Wayfarers, it has that same little track mechanism that Dawn of Mankind came out in 2019 by DMG. The same guy who did Historia, which is a very popular game. He's the same designer, and he also designed Upon a Salty Sea, which is another old game that was actually one that
The Dead Sea's very salty.
Marco Pranzo is his name.
The saltiest of seas.
In the Black Sea?
It's like real sassy.
In the Black Sea? The saltiest? Like you float?
I thought it was the Black Sea and the Dead Sea the same thing?
No,
you're thinking the Dead Sea.
I'm thinking, I'm sorry, you're correct there.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah, Dead Sea.
One for
because it floats. You float naturally in it. So even you would float. Are you very buoyant?
See, there you go.
Are you very buoyant?
I'm super buoyant.
Well, most people like that.
Fat is more buoyant than muscle.
That doesn't mean anything.
It is, though.
No, it doesn't.
Does.
It doesn't?
Yes, because muscle is dense.
Well, you're dense.
Fat has more air.
I didn't mean it that way.
Yes, you did. No, you didn't.
I did not.
No, you didn't.
I didn't mean to.
And that's
Why do you set me up for these shots?
Nosedives.
Okay. Well, speaking of things, we do need to bring something else up that's been on my mind because it's very serious. So you need to stop laughing because both of y'all laugh at inappropriate times. But we lost a dear friend of the show, our first ever listener, I would say, recently to cancer, which is Giuseppe. We love Giuseppe. Giuseppe was also on our show. I forget what episode it was.
It was like I just looked up the other day. I think it's around the 140, something like that.
Right. I think Giuseppe was like the first listener I think we ever got an email from, or the first person
we discussed this previously. He was in the top 3.
Yeah.
Captain Croc was the number 1 because he wanted the game that we sold. But then Giuseppe emailed immediately thereafter.
Right. Well, we don't know what happened to Captain Croc.
Forget Captain Croc. Unless he's still listening.
No, then
hello.
Then he needs us in this.
We appreciate your loyalty.
But Giuseppe was really the one in our
fantastic.
mind. That was our first one. And we love Giuseppe.
Giuseppe was consistent. He emailed us constantly.
He was the Board Game Diner on Instagram.
Board Game Diner on Instagram. His wife, Summer, has just posted that he passed away as of this recording about 2 weeks ago to cancer. And it made me very sad because it's strange that, I didn't know him IRL in real life.
That's what that means.
But
Yes.
I knew him from the podcast, from the emails, and his Instagram. And it made me have this whole thing with social media. Mm-hmm. I crap on social media a lot. I hate social media, even though it's for podcasting, it's almost a necessity to say, hey, here we are. And most people use social media to, brag and show their lives and blah, blah, blah. But you do meet people on social media. You feel like you interact with them. Like I saw Summer and Giuseppe when they would post their games and when they lived in Las Vegas and then they moved and then all this other stuff. But then I did see when he got sick and he was chronicling all that. And then we had him on the show. And he was just, you could just tell he was a genuinely nice guy. And it's sad that we lost him.
Right. And I think, well, that's the point of social media, though. I mean, that's the proper use of it. Is that it's not something that you're using just to
show off.
Just to post random things. It's about connecting with people. It's about being able to have, like Facebook, it's your friends. But yeah, everybody friends everybody on Facebook. Yeah, like 8,000 people that you friended, but nobody that you actually talk to. It's like it's meant to be able to keep track of somebody. Same thing with Instagram. It's like watching the videos and the pictures and things that people put on there about their lives. And it's something that's a quick and easy way for people that you don't see every day to be able to see what they're up to. And it is true that I absolutely hate social media. I'm the worst of it. I go in spurts where I'll use it and be a part of a group for a while, and it's like I don't want to mess with it. But Giuseppe was really the exception to that rule for us in connection with that, because he was the first person like that made contact with us really through the podcast, and then we had him on the show, and we were always instant messaging him back and forth and just talking with him, and especially the deal with cancer. So it was very sad that he passed away there just a few weeks ago from this episode. But yeah, it really shows how you can connect with somebody even though you've never laid eyes on him, which is kind of odd. Like
it is. Like
it's odd that you feel bad and are affected by somebody that really
you don't know.
You don't know at all. Like
you have a perception of what they are,
right?
And that's what. So because generally social media is a facade. People just present themselves as they want to be presented.
Well, I think you can tell though. Like you can watch like all these fake prank videos on YouTube.
Oh my God!
And people that just put stuff on social media, but you can tell when somebody's genuine. I
believe so.
Like you get a sense of it.
Or sometimes you can.
At least you get to it. When I say genuine, of course, there's always things that anytime you observe something, you change it. So anytime somebody's putting something on social media, it is to some degree manufactured. But at the same time, you do get a sense of that person, I think.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's a few people that we have made friends with just completely on the internet. And Dan, Mike, Richard, Ben, the people in our Facebook group. We have several. I'm not going to mention names because then there'll be people I'll leave out. But we have several people in our Facebook group that we communicate with regularly. And when I heard Giuseppe had passed away, I cried. And I'm like, I never met this guy.
But you're very emotional. And plus, we had him on the show, so it's like...
I'm about to cry right now.
It's sad. It is sad.
It does. I'm like, I didn't even know this guy. My God, I feel like I'm with my mom all over again. But, yeah, it's like, you don't know this guy, but you feel bad for him.
Of course you do. I mean, it's because it's somebody that affected us in a way, because, like I said, he was one of our first listeners. And it was somebody that... we reached out to him and had him on the show, and we had him talk about his story, and it just, you kind of connect with people. And I think that's the purpose of having anything that involves around social media or board games or podcasting it is to connect with people. And I think in terms of Giuseppe, I think we were successful in that. Like we were there and talking with him as distant internet friends, I guess you could say. And so it just makes sense that in his passing, it affected us in that same way. And of course, it's something we're reaching out to his wife, Summer, about how, our condolences with her. But yeah, it was even though it's a sad experience when you lose somebody like that, who is obviously very young and, a very interesting and lively person, at the same time, it just goes to remind you just how quickly life can end, and how you should always take stock of what's important in your life and do the best that you can to really value what you have. And I think that's what's important, especially in times like these. And that's one thing with Giuseppe. I know we like to have fun here. We like to enjoy, the lighter things in life. But at the same time, you just got to do what you can to be as nice as you can to the people that are a part of your life, because you just don't know when you're going to lose them. So with that in mind, we do appreciate all of our listeners and people here. And Enrique, I'm going to... What?
What?
You're useless.
What? You said my name.
Okay, we're going to close, and so I'll sign off for Gabi. So that was Gabi. This is Jerry.
This is